Hello there, it's Xeon97 and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Elite Raids and how I feel about with them being on Easter. I'm going to start out plain and simple with, this was a horrible idea. Whether you are religious or you celebrate this holiday is 100% up to you. But it comes down to the fact that most companies in general do celebrate this holiday, and most families celebrate Easter as a form of being together with their family. Not necessarily that they celebrate it for religious views or the fact of selling it directly for family, but they still celebrate it one way or another, whether if they're together or if they're doing Easter egg hunts or anything like that. And scheduling Elite Raids just to keep them in that habit of being on certain days was a very poor idea. It's not like these days come up in a little bit of advance. You know when you're going to schedule something. Whoever made this decision at the top to put Elite Raids in general on Easter Sunday made a very poor idea from the very start. With that being said, they were also broke to begin with in Australia and New Zealand, which is even more ridiculous. Not only the fact that we still do not have any information on the makeup day for the first time zones, which is really crap to all my international friends who got literally screwed for it. We now have to worry about, are they going to get a makeup day for Regieleki? But with all that aside, let's go down to the actual raid itself. So as you know, Regieleki, of course, as an Elite Raid is locked to being in person only. This is not a good decision. It's bad enough for the fact that the remote raid price was increased dramatically, nearly doubling, and then it's limited to 5 raids a day. Let's not get on that whole topic for this video. That's a whole different thing that I've already said my opinions on, and I don't want to say it here. But with that being said, this was a very poor idea. I have Campfire. I have had Campfire since it rolled out to GoFest. I was lucky enough to be a Verizon customer and got a free ticket to GoFest, even though of course I couldn't go because of work. I was, however, able to get access to Campfire. And then from there, I was able to give it to my friends, and more people were able to get it. There are people near me who use Campfire, but they are very few and far in between, and they are ones that I have invited or went to GoFest and their friends have invited them. There's probably maybe 50 total, and I live in the capital of Iowa, so I do not live in a small town. Now here is the issue with this. I can see 5 EX gyms from my home. Is that great? A lot of people would say yes. Here's the problem. They're all locked. It's not like I'm necessarily super close to them. I lit flares. I tried to communicate with every single person. No one responded. The only reason I was able to do this raid is because my daughter convinced my son to actually play. If you see in this video that's playing right now, this is a duo with my child who's level 41. And we were able to take down Regieleki as a duo because it is a weaker Pokemon. If this was Hoopa Unbound or anything else that was bulky like Hoopa Unbound, this would not be possible. And the fact is that we can't invite anyone. Even if they had to pay 200 Pokecoins, if we can invite someone, it would help those who do not have a community, those who do not have a level 50 Primal Groudon, and they have another family member or alt account with a level 40 or level 45 Primal Groudon that can help them duo it. It's not necessarily the most freest duo, but with Primal Groudon, you can duo it. Now, I got off on a bit of a tangent, so let's get back on it. Overall, this was a very bad experience. I tried to use Discord for our main Discord with hundreds of people in it. I tried to use Campfire. I even lit flares at other gyms further away by being close to them to try to get people to go out to them. No one would, because no one wanted to. Either they're going on strike against it, they don't want to raid on Easter Sunday, or they're just too far away. The only group who was doing raids in my area was 25 to 30 minutes away with good traffic. That is ridiculous. And even if we had done that, we would not have gotten to meet any of them. They all raid in their car or don't talk to anyone. Now, with that being said, that's how most communities sadly are. There are some out there, few and far in between, whether it's big city or small city, they will communicate, they will try to build. But it comes down to the fact that it's not 2016 anymore. It's not 2017 anymore. I remember as a day one player going out in the first 2 weeks that this game came out, going to a park and seeing 100 to 200 people. We literally had the police called on us in my old town because there were that many people in the park congregating. And you know what the most craziest part is? The police officers that came out actually played with us. There was no arresting, there was no yelling, there was nothing. They played with us. They were kind. It's the same thing back in 2016 when a Dragonite would spawn or a Lapras would spawn. That would get called out anywhere out in public and it would run. Now it's past that. COVID and the pandemic changed life for a lot of people. The thing is just that we live in a different time. If it was not for Pokemon, then this game would have already dwindled down. I can't say anything to Ingress. I personally don't play Ingress, but I know several Ingress players who have even said that the player base of that game has gone down dramatically. But with Pokemon Go, you already have an established franchise. You're not building something from the top up. Look at Wizard Unite. It got the axe. I played that game for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, and it had great things on it. Pikmin Bloom, I played it for maybe 20 hours altogether since it came out, but I don't play it and I haven't played it in months at all. It suffers the same fate as Pokemon Go. It's stale. But the issue is that it's Pikmin. God forbid, I love Pikmin. I'm sorry, I love you Pikmin. Pikmin 4 soon. But it's not Pokemon. Pokemon has a larger fan base, which has allowed this game to thrive and continue to grow. It is nowhere near the numbers of 2016 and even nowhere near the numbers of 2017. But what it comes down to is it never will be. That vision that Niantic had, or better yet, the picture that they had, it is gone. It will never come back. It's just the way that it is. It's like when you see a fad. When it first starts, it's going to be amazing. But as time goes, the fad dwindles down or it completely fades away. And that's just the literal trials of life. It is how it works. And that's what Pokemon Go has become. There are hardcore fans who are here because they genuinely do enjoy the game, but a large majority, more likely than not, play it because it is Pokemon. That is why I started to play it. That is why I grinded it. I have always loved Pokemon. As you can see from this channel, so much of my content is Pokemon games, whether it be speedruns or even challenge lines like I have been doing in Pokemon Yellow. But it still doesn't take it away from the fact that it's Pokemon. But I digress. I have ranted a lot with this. My only last rant that I'm going to put out is the fact that they did not buff this catch rate. It is a limited time Pokemon, but yet they could not boost it. We did 3. My daughter did 2 and both of hers ran. And it literally upset her. It's kind of crap how you put out a limited Pokemon, make it so you can't invite anyone, and then you don't raise the base catch rate. But again, I digress. And I think I'm going to end this here. The biggest thing is, hear us Niantic. Understand that it is not 2016, it's not 2017 anymore. Incentivize us to do in-person raids rather than killing remote raiding. Don't increase the price. Do not set a low limit. Allow players to play the game as they want and enjoy the communities that they build. And most of all, pick your dates better. This could have been on Saturday. If you want to push in-person raids, doing it on a day like this was not the best idea. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Sorry that it did get a little bit heated at times. I really am sorry. But overall, this experience was just absolutely horrible, as it always has been. Take care, everyone. Be good people.